Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot Monthly Horoscope for July 2019. And this is for you coming from Aquarius. So let's start with the first 15 days of July. And I've just pulled a card for you for the first 15 days of July to tackle and advise you on your job area. And the card is not very good. It says that you are very restless and you're looking for change, and the change is not recommended for you. So, the last thing you want to do is to create problems. So, try to stay where you are, work harder. There's also another sign on this card that says bad temper and a tendency to dominate should also be brought under control. It could be coming from others, but don't retaliate. Otherwise, it's a very fragile card in the sense that your job can be easily broken, which means you could lose your job. Now, I'm going to talk to you about your business and finances. Let's see what the card says. Now, regarding your business for the first 15 days of July. Well, the card says you are doing too many things in business. Your money is spread all over the place. All you need to do is to sit down and pay energy to the areas of business that are doing the best. Otherwise, you'll be taking from Peter and paying to Paul. That's all you'll be doing. It's not a card that brings breakdown, but it's a card that can put you into debt simply by not being able to manage what you can do well and mismanage what you can't do well. So it's a card that simply says, try to narrow the field of success down and go for that area in the first 15 days of July. Now we will talk about romance, new and old. So let's see what that happens. Let's talk about your new romance first. And this is a card that's called the Hermit. So it says that between you and your romance partner, the new one that you find, we talk about new romance first. You and your partner may become hermits. Very quickly, the miscommunication breaks down. Very quickly, differences appear, and you isolate each other from each other. So if you find a new romance in the first 15 days, be very careful that it comes loaded with complications. Don't involve yourself too quickly. Study the person carefully. Study that person carefully. I'm not so agreeable with you getting into this romance too quickly. Now, regarding an old romance that you are in now, an ongoing romance, let's see how. This is a much better card. It says, while you are not able to agree too much, don't dominate. And even if your ongoing partner dominates, let it be. So the last 16 days of July are not going to be very pleasant, but it's all up to you to keep the harmony going. So could be that your romance partner that you have now is undergoing severe stress of some kind. So take it easy and don't make things worse by being very pushy and dominating yourself. Now we will talk of marriage and family for you coming from Aquarius. Well, in your marriage and family, there are many, many issues, it says. And these many issues are all difficult to manage because the emotional side of this card leads to confrontation. So, since you are listening to me, for this first 15 days of July, you don't want to add oil onto the fire. You want to just take it easy and tell yourself whatever happens during the first 15 days, you want to stay calm and give way because there's some stress on you coming in the marriage area. Don't be confrontative, don't be provocative. Now I want to go to the last 15 days of July for you coming from Aquarius. And let's talk of your job first. My word, this is really not a good card. It says that where finances are concerned in your job area, you're going to be very disappointed. So I can translate this card to the extreme as saying you could lose your job and therefore the financial situation becomes very bad for you in the last 16 days of July. Bad news can come like this. The other way could be that arguments and quarrels are going to be plenty in your job area. And because of that, you could be isolated. Because of that, you're not going to get very far. So stay away from arguments, definitely. Don't show arrogance. and you'll be much better off. Last 16 days. Now we will go to your business and finances in the last 16 days. All right. This is a card that says that money coming in is very far away, and so you'll have to be very patient. It's not going to come in at all, perhaps in the last 16 days. So you'll have to tighten your belt and be very careful about your spending. So it's a very difficult last 16 days where your business is concerned. The financials are very tight. Money is not coming in. So the last thing you want is to somehow expand and spend money and splash it on making things better. Don't. Lie low, stay for the last 16 days of July as quiet as you can. Whatever comes in, use it to just exist. That would be better. Not a good card. Now about romance, old or new. Let's start with a new romance. In case you find a new romance in the last 16 days, this is going to be a very aggressive one. This person is a very angry person and wants to take charge immediately. You can see for yourself. It's not somebody you have known, it's somebody brand new. And so I would say, if you meet somebody in the last 16 days for a romance, don't dive into it. Take your time. Don't dive into it. Take your time, leave it at the rate of friendship, and watch and see how these last 16 days develop. They don't seem to be developing very fast. Watch out for aggression. Watch out for a dominating kind of a person. Regarding your old romance that you already have, so let's see what it says. Now, regarding your old romance, the news is that it's not sunshine anymore. It's got some problems. And the problems seem to be that you and your ongoing romance partner, you're finding in the last 16 days as more and more different from each other. Well, you have two choices. Tell yourself, firstly, that's only 16 days that I'm talking about in July, where the differences can even bring separation. And if, suppose, you stay put as you are and tolerate the 16 days, then maybe the next month of August may be better. So you have two ways of thinking. So either way, you're going to be pushed very much into whether you want to carry on with this romance or not. The ego play is very strong. So since you are listening to me, it's you who must not show your ego. And if the other partner shows the ego, tell yourself maybe the other partner is feeling insecure. So let the other partner show ego and let the 16 days pass and then wait and see what can happen for you in August. Now we will go to your marriage and family. Your marriage and family, let's see what happens. Well, you can see for yourself, both of you are looking away from each other, and yet there are so many responsibilities holding you together. So in your marriage, the responsibilities are there. You cannot walk away. Financial situations are also not good. So you can feel trapped in the last 15 days where marriage is concerned. That's if you want to move out. But otherwise, I would advise you with this. Remind yourself always, it's only the last 15 days that are creating such misery. Wait for August and maybe news will be better. Now, this card also shows not only differences of opinion, but there's a danger of either you or your marriage partner going to look for support elsewhere. So you have to keep in touch with your marriage partner during the last 16 days. You cannot isolate him or her, or you may find that she may go for somebody else's shoulder to rest her head on or his head on. So try your best to keep it all nice and happy as much as you can. Be positive in your speech and action and let the 16 days pass. Now I'm going to talk to you, Aquarius, about your lucky ages. So some of you of these ages are going to find that everything you do will still be wonderful in July. And this card, it's a card of unexpected goodness. So I'm going to use these ages. If you happen to be the ages of 22 or 31 or 40 or 49 or 58 or 67 or 76, then you're going to be one very lucky person in July. You're going to beat the odds of what I've been saying with the cards with me, which will cost USD 50, and I'll talk to you about that later. Now, but lucky dates, dates. There will be some dates which are going to be extremely lucky for you in the month of July. And from this card, I will say they are the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th. The 8th, 17th, and 26th are going to provide plenty of good luck for you in any area of your life, be it the job, the business, be it finances, be it the marriage, the love affair, anywhere. So bookmark these dates. You have the magic from these dates to do the bonding with whoever you want to do, and you'll be well rewarded. Now about your lucky colors. So let's see what are your lucky colors going to be. Oh, your lucky colors will be blue, and I'll make it light blue. Very fast colors to bring you very fast help. So wear plenty of light blue undergarments, top garments, contact anything you hold that is light blue, and you will see that you'll get plenty of help from this color, which will connect you to your better planets. And lastly, for Aquarius, I'll talk to you about your direction energy. So let's see. Now, why direction energy? Because 9 planets have been chosen to surround Earth. And when we look left or right or straight or back, we are going to face a planet. So let's see what the card says. Well, it's the card that will promote southwest for you. So face southwest, and you will be very lucky in the month of July. That inspirational energy will come, whether for finances, whether to be with people you love to be with, or just to attract good luck. Southwest is going to help you. So face southwest. Well, I have a 90-minute session. And during these 90 minutes, I'll talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. And I'll give you a lot of information, your personal lucky lottery numbers, your lucky colors, your lucky gemstones, your lucky days, your lucky directions, a lot of energy forms. And with all that energy, you'll be able to do well in all areas of your life for this next 7, 8, or 9 years. So my email address is andyhoro9, ANDIHORO, 9, the number 9, @gmail.com. And send me a message and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. Until then, thank you and good luck.